Hello, dear viewers. Thanks for joining me. I don't have my board out today, but that's okay. I just don't feel like using it today. So you'll notice I do kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I use it. Sometimes I just put it on the table. It just sort of depends upon how I feel led to do that day. But I wanted to cover a lot of territory. That's one of the reasons I don't have the board. And read on a whole bunch of things that I've been kind of piling up on my list to read in. All right. So and I want to read on this again. I actually read on this already once, but I want to read on it again. How deep is Lindsey Graham in the Russian thing? You know, because Lev Parnas implicated him as well as some others. So how deep is Lindsey in? And it was he in since 2018, early 2018. All right, Spirit, what do we have? Yeah, the Two of Wands. That overseas connection. The hope card. Okay, so he was hopeful. Quid pro quo card. 6 of coins. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Yeah, so he's received the money. Yeah, that he shouldn't have from Russia. He's involved. New beginning. Why did he need it? He felt like he needed it. 3 of Cups. He was wined and dined a bit. He had a larger ambition. He had a larger goal. He doesn't only want to be senator. Very ambitious for his own success. Yeah, I think he wants a lot. I mean, I do. I think he wants to be very wealthy. Delay. He was just kind of feeling like he was stagnant there, just hanging out. He has some real delusions of grandeur that Lindsey Graham does. Or he thinks he's... I have felt like this, like a lot of, the Russian oligarchs have tons of money. Putin has tons of money. I've wondered, what do these men talk about when they get together? Who's going to have tons of money and rule the world? I don't know. Or who's going to be close to those people who have tons of money in the coming decades? It's weird kinds of... Yeah, and I don't know that there would have been a super detailed plan given that Lindsey would have bought into, but he does like to be close to the very powerful men. He really does. Yeah, so he's been involved. And I do have gotten him, like he's been pulled in further than he wanted to be. And the investigations, he doesn't like this. He doesn't want to be the subject of investigations, but I think he will be. So there's that. Yeah, does that go anywhere? Does he get into any serious trouble for it? There's plenty of dirt there. Okay. Ooh, truths are going to come out with the Wheel of Fortune. He's just going to have to retreat from public life, I think, or retreat from politics. That's, yeah, he's actually going to end up more discredited than anything. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, what about in 2020? I wanted to look at his election because I do not have a good feeling about him getting reelected at all. Schemes, though, right? He's in. Well, there's the 8 of Cups leaving. I don't know that he gets reelected. There's a lot of secrets and deep mysteries, and he's in bed with who? The Russians? We don't know. That is used against him in ads. The 8 of Wands, a lot of things are going to be happening before then. 7 of Coins, he doesn't feel secure in his own reelection, but yet we have the Strength card. But that Russia connection does bother people. A lot of debate. His name is brought up. But yet, Ace of Coins. And sitting pretty. And then standing his ground. I'm getting contradictory cards here. Let me tell you, I didn't get a victory card. I didn't get the death card. So I think that maybe for Lindsey, it's looking like his reelection is in jeopardy. He feels like he would have a lucrative job anyway because he's got a lot of support from people with money. But I just don't think his reputation is gonna... I think it's gonna take a beating more and more in the coming years. So I don't know that serves him that long. Yep, I think it's probably undecided right now, but we'll see. We'll see. It's definitely in jeopardy. Okay, Devin Nunes. How deep is he in? How deep is he in? He looked like, oh, you know, when it was brought up during the hearings, the impeachment inquiry hearings, he looked like, oh, yeah. The Hierophant. Government. More is going to come out about that. Queen of Swords. More in the papers. He's chained to the people that he has been helping. He's only an apprentice in that group. There's a lot of dirt there. Ace of Cups. He's too subject of an investigation. But there's a new job. He hasn't heard the end of it. I don't think he's heard the end of it either. Yeah, I think very similarly to Lindsay. It's a real stain. It's real controversy. It doesn't serve them well in the coming years politically at all. It might take a little while for it to catch up with them. I just see in the coming years all of this whole, the politicians associated with this whole mess really, you know, paying the price for it in their reputations. It'll take a while though, you know, I'm talking the coming few years. So, but I do see them, you know, like their name is mud kind of thing. And regrets. The 5 of Cups. Yeah, that's what I see. Okay. All right. Let's see. I wanted to look at Yovanovitch, who has now retired. How is she going to be? And I did see when I read on her, I saw her still having troubles and challenges. I mean, she'll rise above them, yeah, but that was going to continue for months, and it has. How's Yovanovitch? Secrets. Moon. She feels trapped. King of Cups. She worries about Putin. But she's been a success, and she should feel that. And she's stood up, and she'll be a hero forever. But she does worry about disclosing more. Ace of Coins. Okay, there's an opportunity offered to her for advanced security, enhanced security. Okay, that's good. Debate. She still speaks. That's good. New beginning. So she gets herself a new beginning. That's wonderful. Yeah, she's still uneasy, though, about Putin. And there's still things that she knows that, and I don't feel like it's like she's keeping it a secret to protect herself. I feel like she's working with intel. And there's things she's careful about not sharing. And there's things she knows that she's careful about not sharing. I think it's like that. Okay, but she does get a new beginning. I like that Ace of Coins. I like that Fool card. Good. She just wants to get on with the next phase of her life, and she will. She will. She's very strong. She's very strong. Okay, and Brexit just happened. Okay, it was delayed, and then it happened. And now they have till the end of the year to figure out trade agreements. I understand something like that with the EU. So how's that going to go, Spirit? Oh, I'm sorry for the glare, you guys. So we have the Page of Coins. We have worries, yeah. We have the 9 of Cups. Trump. Maybe that's just that kind of Trumpian, you know, nationalism kind of stuff. The Lover's card. Things will move forward very quickly. Okay, well, that's good. In the right direction. So that's good. It'll keep going. They'll keep progressing. The 7 of Coins. They're going to feel like it's not, they're going to wonder, is it favorable enough to the UK? But the Strength card. Yeah, they'll stay strong. The Queen of Cups. And the Queen will be fine. Yeah. Okay, so I think they do leave the EU in a significant way, but I feel like it's more about not having such the permeable borders. that they've had. Not having the ease of travel, not having the ease of working in other EU countries. I think it's more like that. That's the trouble. That's a little difficult, although that may be reversed in years. But I do think they strike trade agreements that are all right, that are, does it damage the UK's economy? No, I don't think so. We got the Emperor, we got the Page of Cups, we got the Ten of Coins. I don't think so. I think they keep the financial stability. And there's a little bit of good news, and something with the law works in their favor. So I think, no, I mean, I think they're okay, but I think there's lots of worry with that Nine of Swords. But then again, with the Eight of Wands, like things moving forward on a number of levels, kind of moving, I don't know that there's reason to worry. I think that's saying. The nationalism issue, and I know that in every nation there are those who are nationalistic, but that's just not been a huge thing in the UK. But then we've had all that propaganda coming from so many media forces that are wrapped up in political forces, in the different nations to increase the far right kinds of thinking. So they've had some of that in the UK as well, and the EU, yeah. So that's an issue that takes a little while to overcome. But as far as financially, I feel like it is going to be okay. I don't feel like it's going to be better for them financially, though, than staying would have been, unfortunately. Right. It's just sort of a win. It's sort of a, we can do something. We did something. There are the same kinds of troubles, maybe to a lesser extent, with the wage stagnation and the income inequality in the UK as there are in the US, and many Western nations are experiencing this more. So when people see that and they notice they seem to not be doing better, they seem to be, if anything, doing a little worse than they used to be 20 years ago. They want to battle, they want to win, they want to do something about it. And so it looks like that's what this was to me. But I don't know that it solves the problem for the typical person in the UK. They're going to keep working. They're going to keep working. They're going to keep working, gradually making their money. They feel a little more guarded. See, that's it. It's the the less diverse, less permeable with the borders. That's really the main effect this has. That's what I see. All right. And, but it's all learning. It's all learning. Everybody's just trying to move forward and do the next thing that seems to make sense to a large group, the majority or something close to the majority. And it's learning, did this work? Did this not work? Then we can reflect back. Okay. So let's see, we've got, all right. New Hampshire, should we look at New Hampshire? It's so confusing though, because when I looked at Iowa, I thought I saw, sort of 50-50 between Biden and Bernie. But really in my mind, it was between moderate and very progressive, very liberal and very sort of blue dog. And so in my mind, it was that, and we did get a 50-50 split, kind of, but it was Bernie and Buttigieg. So we did have the younger person coming forward and overtaking Biden, like we saw like a year and a half ago. So we did have that happen. But, Buttigieg is a little more moderate, not exactly like Biden, but a little more. So it ended up like that. So it's interesting. It's interesting. What about New Hampshire? Let's see. New Hampshire. What does that look like, Spirit? You got anything you could tell me? And I'll try to just use the correct words. All right. We've got the Empress, pregnant with a possibility. We've got the Page of Swords, so there might be a lot of younger people showing up to vote. We got the Chariot, and we got 2 again. 2, like we were getting for Iowa. 2 and 2 and 2. We got the Chariot for them too, didn't we? Yes. And so it will be 2 front runners, neck and neck. Hard to say which way it'll go. Okay. More youthful voters coming out to be heard. Anything else we should know about it? 7 of coins. Oh, we got the moon. Some things are looking murky there too. Gradually. Okay. May take a little bit for them to get the vote in. Are they going to have the same troubles they had in Iowa or similar? Hope. I don't think so. I don't think that bad. Might just feel like it takes a while. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. But there's something with that moon that makes it, there's a mystery over the process somehow. So we'll see what that is. Okay, so we've got New Hampshire coming. What else did I want to know? Well, should we look at Buttigieg? Like, what does his future look like? I'd love to look at Buttigieg. Why not? Okay, so what about Buttigieg? What does his future look like? Oh, we got the Page of Coins, which can be a new job, but we've got the 9 of Swords. We've got worries. We got the 9 of Cups, worries about Trump. Okay, we got the Lovers card. I think he's well liked when he rises. People are like, oh, well, yeah, I could see that, like that. His running mate that he chooses may be favorable to him. If he gets there, if he gets the new job, if that's what this means. We've got the Magician. Manifestation. 6 of Cups. Nostalgia, looking back. I don't know. These are good cards. There's nothing wrong with these cards at all. So I think, he's definitely a very viable candidate, a real possibility, a distinct possibility for the nomination. Anything else on that, Spirit? 8 of Coins. There's much he's learning. The Devil, though. Yeah, I don't know. Tied to a bit of politics as usual. I think he's taking money from donors who've got some deep pockets. So that's, I don't know. I mean, most politicians have, but there are so many of American voters who want to see an end to that. And we do have some bad press coming out for him with this Queen of Swords. Okay, we're just learning a little more about the process for him, but it definitely looks like he has distinct possibilities, that's for sure. Yeah, okay. And with that Page of Coins, maybe. All right, I keep hearing it's so soon to tell from Spirit. See, the thing is, there isn't just one future. And I do believe that their fate can play a role, but it is not immutable. There are more than one futures that are possible. So no one can tell the future 100%. And there are some, I'm just happy if I get a feeling like, okay, something's more certain or something's less certain. Because then I'm trying to be as accurate to you as I can be about what I'm hearing. Because, yeah, there is more than one future. And when you're talking about voting for someone for an election, all of the individual choices, the power of the individual is huge. I mean, there can be one conversation that can mean the difference between this outcome or that outcome in some circumstances. So really, there are so many people still going to be voting. So it is really tough to make predictions about that. Yeah. But if we are given information that's more certain, it's because it's really, the energies are pretty strong usually in that direction. Or sometimes I wonder if there's sometimes a spirit who could give us more information, who decides to for a specific purpose to certain people, but that's an unusual thing. Okay. So let me see. Oh, yeah. Well, how can I have a reading today without talking about the acquittal? And I get a better understanding of why they only did the 2 articles of impeachment and they avoided uh, language suggesting a crime, because now I see he's acquitted. He's found not guilty. So he could have bragged, I found not guilty of all of these things, and maybe this keeps an ace in the pocket. I don't know. An ace in the hole, or the opportunity to bring more articles along some of those other lines if need be. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Yeah, because more information could come out about the whole Ukraine stuff, and they could say, I think it remains an ace in the hole, because they could say, we didn't hear from any of those witnesses. And then if they then do hear from some of them, they could say, now we have more information. Now we are going to say there's been extortion, there's been bribery. So, I mean, it maybe it does leave the door open to bring those kinds of charges later. In any case, Trump can't brag, I was cleared of bribery. He'll brag plenty, and he'll distort facts, but that's what he does. So let's see about, I don't know. Is he going to be censured? Queen of Coins, standing his ground, 7 of Wands, 9 of Coins. I am not sure, really. I don't know that he will be. Because all these Republicans had to come out and say, yeah, he did it. Yeah, it wasn't so great, but it's not a crime. So I don't even know that he will be. But the law was broken. He hasn't seen the end of this then. The law still could come back to bite him. Maybe after he's out of office. Okay, that's interesting. I want to read on Nancy, because she ripped up that speech. And so, because it was all garbage. So, Spirit, tell me a little bit about that. Well, there she is. She shows right up. She's like, yep. Nancy. Okay, tell me about Nancy. 10 of Cups. Okay. So, Tower. Oh. Okay, so I do think she is wanting to break up the Republican unity. That means, because the 10 of Cups is usually the family, like Paul Ryan said, let's keep it all in the family, that kind of thing. So we've got the Tower to that. She wants to bust that thing apart. Opportunity is given. So she's just looking for any opportunity to, she's planning. I see her actively planning. I've seen that. Like, she is actively planning. Like, this is what we do next. Like, it's war room, we're planning. She's got people on it, though. She's very organized. Strength. Okay. She's using all the strength she's possibly got. And she will be calm through this. Queen of Cups. Okay. Yeah. I see her actively planning, and I think she's planning with others. They're strategizing. They are more on fire about it. And what are we doing? What are we doing? And we have to get the White House back, and we have to get but it's more than that. It's more than that. It's a little more personal, too. It's like, she wants to, I hate to say it, but the gloves are off a bit for her. I mean, play dirty a little bit. The Republicans have played very dirty. And, I think Pelosi has held herself to a certain standard a lot of times, and that's all right. But I think she's willing to get a little more, we're going to win, that kind of thing. So we'll see what she does and what Adam Schiff does on his side and what Nadler does. We'll see what they all do. But it'll be interesting. This is a marker. This did mean something, her ripping up that speech. Because it was sort of her saying, screw decorum, So this means something. So we shall see. Yeah. Bedeviled, though. So, bedeviled by Trump, maybe. 2 of Coins. Yeah, still has to deal with the Republicans. Yeah. Three of Swords. The Republicans are still gonna be really tough to deal with. But then we have Victory too. Like she's gonna win. She's she's not gonna be so concerned about looking a certain way or being accused of this or accused of that. It's less defensive and more on the offense. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. All right. Anything about that, Spirit, for us to know? More political debate, more speaking out, Ace of Coins, more efforts to get reelected, more fundraising. And I did see her show up on my feed saying, if you want to donate to getting Mitch McConnell and other Republicans out of office, donate to this fund. That's what it's devoted to. So it's like, okay, all right. So maybe that's part of it. All right. Well, I thank you all so much, and I thank you for keeping the faith. Yes, and we will all keep the faith. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.